So in today's video, I have an anniversary album review. It's from Metallica. The album is called Reload. The album was released on November 18th, 1997, celebrating its 25th anniversary. This is their 7th album, produced by James, Lars, and Bob Rock. Released on the Elektra record label, and this is the follow-up to Load from 1996. This was the album when they kind of like changed their sound a lot, which is very divisive album, actually a very divisive pair of albums. I've thought they were pretty good, but let me talk about this one in particular. So I have the CD right here. I have the booklet out. I'm going to be opening it throughout this video, and here's the CD. It has that pretty cool that new logo. That was something different for the band. And the way I'm going to do this video is I'll divide it into like three. How I have the singles, and then the best album tracks, and then songs, I call them like B tier songs, the ones I think are just okay, that maybe could have been trimmed. So let's talk about the singles. Opens up with Fuel, heaviest song out of the pretty much the two albums, closest to the thrash roots. So check out this picture of James. This is a live staple. You got the lyrics here. And just a really great song, nice groove. And the sound probably closer to the Black Album, but still very heavy song. Then The Memory Remains, probably my favorite song. More of a slower grunge kind of sound. And on this song they have Marianne Faithfull, who was a singer back in I think the 60s. And she was a lot older at this time. And her voice was a little more raspy, I guess you can call it. And that played a part in this song. They had a music video for it. It was a single. A big hit, and again, definitely an awesome song. I think probably my favorite, and there's that in the book. Then the third single, The Unforgiven II. I usually don't like song sequels, but this one's not too bad. Now the idea behind this one was the first one had like the heavy verse and soft chorus, and then here they kind of reversed it. The soft verse, hard chorus. The melody is very similar. I guess the lyrics kind of continue a story. I like the clean guitars in the verse section. They sound very good, and like the distorted leads by Kirk. It's a pretty decent song. Now they did an Unforgiven 3, which I kind of thought was kind of unnecessary, but I like this one. So the fourth single is Better Than You, and a good heavy song. It's memorable, catchy chorus. I like those deep vocals that James sings after better than you. Then it goes really deep. So I think this song is very memorable. It's really good. You got a pretty cool picture of Lars right there, and the lyrics. So this is a really good song. Now, my favorite deep cuts. So my first one is going to be Carpe Diem Baby. So this one I like. It has a slow Alice in Chains kind of sound. James kind of has this darker sound in his voice. The guitar playing is really good, and you got some extended instrumental parts, and then the song kind of goes back to that main riff. Really cool song. I like that. Very memorable. Carpe Diem, baby. Some pretty cool live footage here. So I like that one. The next one I picked as a good deep cut is Bad Seed. And I like that because it's kind of mixes southern rock and metal, almost like Leonard Skinner doing metal. I kind of like that. The guitar riff is very memorable. James has a good vocal performance, and it's pretty cool. It's like southern rock. You got some extended instrumental parts, and it's a cool song. So here's the inside of the booklet, and let me open to the Bad Seed. Here's another picture of James, and there's the lyrics there. So my next deep cut is going to be Prince Charming. Another one with a southern rock feel. It's kind of like ZZ Top doing metal. James does these low, dirty southern vocals on this one. And then Kirk has a really good solo on this one. And pretty cool, very memorable, of course, hey ma, look at me. There's, I think that's Kirk. Is that Kirk? Yeah. Kirk playing live. Another one's going to be a controversial one, Low Man's Lyric. It's strange. When I heard it 25 years ago, I'm like, what is this? It's very weird. But it's grown on me a lot. James says he's Tibetan throat singing, and they played this instrument called a hurdy-gurdy. And it kind of sounds like a spaghetti western theme, and I know the band likes that. Pretty cool. I really like the really like low lyrics, the low vocals on that. Here's like the picture in the book, and it's got some pretty cool photos here. So that one's really cool. My next good deep cut is going to be Attitude. Really great song. Probably one of the other like heavier songs besides Fuel. It's not very complex. Kind of very more like blues rock. There's lots of energy. It's fast moving, and it's just very memorable and just a very enjoyable song. And pretty cool guitar playing here. So there's a picture of like James there, and there's the lyrics. And one more deep cut that I like a lot, and that's going to be Fixxxer. They played this one live for the first time during their 40th anniversary concert. Kind of a slow build, almost like psychedelic rock at first. Comes back with a slow, grungy sound and has some cool guitar riffs. Few like slower and heavier parts. Definitely an underrated song. That's why I think they chose to play it live. It has the 3 X's in the middle. I don't know what that means, but here's a pretty cool band photo that you can see here. So my next ones, I'm going to call them B tier songs. I guess they're okay. I don't hate them. I think they're just ones I feel are just a little weaker. And if I needed to trim the album, I'd probably choose these ones. So the first one I chose was Devil's Dance. Pretty cool bass intro. The opening riff's not that bad. It's just not a very memorable song. It's kind of slow. It's almost like doom metal. I think it's okay. So here's a picture of Kirk with a guitar here, and there's the lyrics there. And the other one I picked was Slither. Not too bad. Another one lacks memorability. I like the song, but again, if I have to choose songs to trim, I'll get rid of that one. It's okay. I like the snake concept. That's cool. Pretty cool. I like James's lyrics in here and his vocals. But it's a decent song. So there's James singing that right there. And the one song, probably the one I would say is my least favorite, Where the Wild Things Are. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of slow. I mean, the lyrics are good, they're well written. It just doesn't do much for me. I do like some of like the psychedelic parts. I mean, that was pretty cool, but it's okay. And that's why I have it here. Kind of more of like an atmospheric song. So there's that. So basically, this album, like when I do a ranking, I did a ranking when my channel was very new. I probably should update it. But I'm going to have this low in the Metallica ranking. But I go back to it a lot. You know, I revisit it. You know, Metallica is one of my favorite bands. So I pretty much like all of them. I even like revisit St. Anger, but that's another video topic. But it's pretty cool. And definitely, I kept my old CD copy from, 25 years ago. This is one I still have, luckily. So I like it. Great production, that Bob Rock production. It still has that same quality as the Black Album. So definitely, it has held up after 25 years. So that is all. Weekend's coming up. This is the last good weekend with good stuff. Disturbed, Nickelback, Candlemass, and there's one more I forgot. Neil Young. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next.